Views expressed on these episodes are not necessarily those of Cape Town TV or the producers of Ekse Live, but solely of the guests featuring on the show. Viewer discretion is advised. Ekse Live.
Hey, 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 hey. Ooh, now can you hear me? I'm looking for that real love. I'm looking for that symphony, that melody. It makes me weak to my knees. Now can you hear me? I'm looking for that real love. Looking for that symphony, that melody. It makes me weak to my knees. It makes me weak to my knees. It makes me weak to my knees. Now can you hear me? Yeah. Now I confess I'm impressed, girl, you different from the rest. A girl like you should have been a princess. Every princess deserves a prince charming. Don't fight the feeling, baby, let me be yours. Hey, I got blessed, parents who made you. Smack anybody who would try to lay you. Girl, you got me believing you were sent from heaven. And heaven knows we were meant for each other. Can you hear me? I'm looking for that real love. I'm looking for that symphony, that melody. It makes me weak to my knees. Now can you hear me? Yeah. Looking for that real. Now can you hear me? I'm looking for that real love. Looking for that symphony, that melody that makes me weak to my knees.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, manene nani manene gazi. Wonke umuntu in the building wants to be in the heezy because they know ain't no party like the Ekse party cause
The Ekse party
don't stop. Welcome to the biggest, the baddest, and the most hip and having your show in the motherland. Encore by the name of Llama and he.
Awonke Dulaze, thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. It's an epic show coming up for you guys. I'm really looking forward to the discussions that we'll be having here today. And you, yes, definitely. And if you guys want to be part of those discussions, please hit us up on our social media platforms. Find us on Facebook, Ekse on Cape Town TV. You can also find us on Twitter, Ekse_live. We're also on the gram, Ekse_CTV. Please use the hashtag, the one you see on the screen right now.
Yes, the hashtag to use is hashtag Talk Thursday. Everything that you say, communicating with us, and responding to your tweets. Everybody is going haywire with State of the Nation address. But we're bringing to you State of Love Affairs address. Are you ready for it? We've got interracial couples. We've got people in an open relationship. What else?
We do have
cross-cultural, bisexual, and the question that we're posing today is, how old were you when you started dating, and how old should your child be before you allow them to date?
Interesting. I'm looking forward to hearing from you guys in the comments that you want to share. For me personally, I don't remember when I started dating, but it's just, I remember I've always liked the opposite sex. I was just like,
Are you even dating?
Sorry?
Nothing.
I'm new though. I'm new. Fairly new in this dating
Call us
game.
for 021-448-0448. Tonight is the State of the Nation address, and we went out on the street to find out what are you looking forward to, President Maitini, when he holds the first sauna of this century.
What I'm expecting during SONA is simple is one. The EFF as an organization has already made the stand that they are going to make sure that they do not even allow the president to speak there. Up until the president removed Pravin Jamnanda's Kudan. Because we saw what transpired, in particular in the state-owned enterprises. You'll see how even ESCOM is functioning, even how SAA is functioning. They both just reported that they need a bailout. So all these things are happening under the watch of white monopoly capital. So what I'm expecting in SONA, actually that is what is going to transpire, is the fact that Cyril Ramaphosa is not going to be given a chance even to speak there up until he do an honorable thing and get rid of Pravin Jamnanda's Kudan. So the stand is clear of the EFF. Any other thing, then we'll see them after. But SONA won't proceed up until President Ramaphosa get rid of this one, Jamnandas. Because the fact remains is that Pravin Gordhan is failing the state-owned enterprises, and he keep on replacing the blacks, in particular Africans, who are CEOs, with those ones from the right, the side of the right, which is the agents or the darlings of the white monopoly capital. So the EFF as an organization is going to show precisely that during that day. So that's all that I have, and that's what I'm expecting. One last more thing that I forget to clarify or to enlighten is the fact that during the Zuma in the president's office, the EFF had plus minus 25 members in that National Assembly. So now things changed because EFF got more momentum and even received more votes to an extent of it managed to even get more seats in parliament. So the ANC must never think that now they're going, anything is going to be easy. They even to remove the EFF MPs, because now we'll be about 53 members in that National Assembly joint sitting. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you to you. I see you passionate about what you're talking about and just dropping knowledge.
Yeah.
Dropping knowledge. We appreciate you. While we're still on the topic of SONA, we're going to read some of the tweets that we've been receiving on the net using the hashtag, the one you see on the screen right now.
Yeah.
Tag us on Twitter, Ekse @_live. This one comes from Musi Maimane. Do not be taken for a ride. A hashtag SONA 2020 rather, speech that does not have urgent interventions for basic education is not a serious document. A SONA that does not have enough funding assistance for students who are being denied entry into university is not a serious SONA. This is according to the former DA leader.
You actually sound like him.
Really?
And you kind of look like him.
No, I do not.
So somebody is responding to Musi, who good looking. He's saying an actual feasible plan to end unemployment as I wait for him to blow hot air and promise 5 million jobs in 4 years.
Guys, things are still tricky year in,
what's
year
the next
out.
one?
This one comes from Ryan SA, and a lot of numbers. You know your handle, homie. What we need to hear, stop the bailouts, dump the communist NHI and EWC, arrest the corrupt, diversify rather energy mix, safeguard pensions, and what we want to hear, we need to disband the EFF.
Yeah, and at race_wizard says, after all these decades, people still have faith in the ANC. See promises in the EFF and racism in the DA, yet things get worse year on year. Leader after leader, yet majority elect suffering. Oh man, let us know what you're thinking about the SONA tonight. What should Cyril Ramaphosa tell the nation? After the break, we're talking everything love. Keep it locked on the biggest hit show in the motherland. Hashtag Ekse Live is where we are. We bring this mother, vegan, freaking show. Love to you between 4 and 5. We hacked it 9 million times than any other show in the motherland. My name is Llama. Kalich's Finalist is hosting with me. Awonke, Dulaze, and we're talking everything relationships, all kinds.
Yes, that's correct. Right now we're joined by a gentleman who opened up the show with an amazing performance. I was so touched throughout even rehearsals. He goes by the name Yonelisa and he's with the lady Rachel. We'll be talking all things relationship. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having us. Thank you.
Let's start about performance.
Yeah.
When did you fall in love with music?
It was when I was a bit younger. Actually, at church. That's where we used to really sing. And then we went to school. And then Kwaito was very popular back then. So I used to do the hooks in the Kwaito songs in primary. So that's where I really fell in love with music.
And with the lady, when did you fall in love with the lady?
It's actually quite funny because I was busking in the first time I met her. I was busking in Bree Street at an event called Open Street, and she really never left us. You know, we're chilling there with my friends, and then she kind of like followed us. Then we became friends. And then on Valentine's Day, we went out, me and another friend and her. But we were not dating, we were just friends. And then she got angry because we were hitting on other girls. Wow. So, and then we understood that, okay, something is up here. And then I kind of got the picture that she likes me.
Rachel, I'm curious to find out, is this the first black person that you got involved with?
We're going straight in. No, but it's the first South African person. So, because I'm actually from England. I've been in South Africa for about 3 years or so, and yeah, he just kind of made me never want to leave his side, really, as he kind of just said.
What makes an interracial relationship unique?
You can answer that question.
I think it's just the extra things you don't have to think about. Like for us, we just walk in the street and we just go about and go to the shops and stuff. But then it's when you catch other people's glances, you're like, oh yeah, there's something different about us, and we don't think about it until other people remind us. So people some people are shocked. They're like, oh, what's going on here? And then some people are confused, and then some people are amazed. And it's just to have such extreme reactions all the time. You're constantly reminded, and you're that you're a bit different.
Is that a bother for you?
We don't.
It bothers me sometimes. It depends who does it, you know.
Yeah.
But I mean, you can't really do much about what other people think and their reactions. So sometimes you have to just brush it off.
Yeah. Is that for Kuleleka society, right? So we always have this joke about perhaps dating a white person. It'll be a struggle to have an argument at 2 a.m. because the English data bundles.
Yeah, sometimes it's like that. Sometimes there are things that I want to express to her. And then I end up if only she understood Xhosa, then I could actually speak to her the way I want. Because in English, she doesn't. In English, it doesn't really hit the spot.
Yeah, definitely.
But
Yeah.
when you speak your own language, it's it's much.
Okay.
It's much. What can I say? It's more expressive.
Oh, okay. So what are other some challenges apart from the language barrier?
I mean, I grew up in a different home from where she grew up. And then she has discipline, and I really only just learned to be disciplined and only just learned to be focused and driven. But I mean, I always had passion. I always was a creative person. I always was someone who wanted to do something. But also, what's different is that just the little irritations, like the petty arguments sometimes is, we argue about stupid things sometimes, and when we look at it, like, but why did we really have to argue about that? You know, so just the small differences of just culture and customs and beliefs, and because I'm Xhosa, and there are things that I want to teach my child, but in her culture, they don't really care about certain things and customs and whatever. So that's the difference. That's a big difference. What I consider big, it's not really that huge for her. And what she considers huge and important, it's not that big, but I also have to compromise.
What makes this unique relationship work?
Well, it's always got to be love, hasn't it? Otherwise, it wouldn't work. I think it's nothing to do with the skin color or the cultural differences. It's just because our personalities match. We like each other and who we are, and that's what makes it work, really.
Yeah. A member of the panel has a question. I'm hoping that it's not that difficult for you to answer. Valentine, you have a question for Rachel and Yonelisa.
Yeah, my question is on the parent side, like were they cool with that? Like what parents from either side or family members, like were they cool with that?
My family were my mother was very happy, and my family was accepting too. But I mean, my mom was really cool. My mom always gave me the freedom to do whatever I want to do and date whoever I want to do. And she always told me that I will support you as long as you don't bring onotikila ninja. So mine was really positive. What about you, Rachel?
Rachel, what about your friends and family?
They were also equally excited. I don't know why. Maybe because you're good looking. I don't know. But no, they've always been really supportive. Always done whatever they can do to help us be in this country, stay here, and they helped us to have an amazing wedding. And they've always helped us with our child. They've never once questioned us.
I like Valentine's question, but I want to find out: are there any ridiculous questions that you've been asked about your relationship?
In the supermarket, the people, when we're buying just chicken and chips and stuff, they're like, oh, you guys aren't together. You have to kiss to prove that you're together. And we're like, really? Like, we even have a child. Like, why do we have to prove to you and to kiss and stuff? So it's just like petty things that get a bit irritating sometimes.
Yeah, for me, it's like when they ask, oh, is that your son? How can you, like, okay, yeah, post one.
That person who asked you to kiss to prove it is not the only person who's asking for kisses. Berita, this one is titled Ngceli Kiss. Coming after them, Valentine with his boo-boo. Check it out. By Berita with Ngceli Kiss. Who are you asking for a kiss?
My girl, and I know a lot of people won't be receiving kiss tomorrow as we're celebrating Valentine's.
I'm quite sure
this song, I cannot.
Like, I stalk your Facebook page and she never appears. Are you dating a ghost?
She's not on social media much.
Okay. Ekse_live is who you are on Twitter. On Facebook, it's Ekse on Cape Town TV. Follow us on YouTube, it's Ekse on Cape Town TV. 021-448. 448 is that number to dial. Well, it's Talk Thursday. Hit us up and we're questioning you guys. How old were you when you started dating, and how old does your child have to be before you allow them to start dating? Joining us, we couches, Yamkela, no Valentine. They are in a cross-cultural relationship.
Yeah. Welcome to the show, homie.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, I understand that you're a motivational speaker and you are a relationship coach. Tell us what that is. What is a relationship coach?
Well, relationship coaching, it's whereby we look into relationships, like the problems they face, like people in their relationship, and how we can actually help them to overcome.
Okay.
So meaning that your relationship will never have problems?
No, not that at all. It will have problems. However, to other people we as well share, our experiences, and we actually help them, what we've actually came across and how we've overcome.
Sure. How about you, Valentine? Let's say she's saying that she's a relationship coach. Yeah. Do you ever feel like in the middle of an argument, she's doing a coaching tactics on you? Do you ever feel that way?
The good thing is I'm a motivational speaker as well. I'm a success coach. So, I think this was divine intervention, whereby when she tries to do a thing, I do my thing as well. And at the end of the day, it ends up working. Yeah.
When we say cross-cultural, people will be watching and be like, oh, it's two black people. What are you talking about? Explain it.
All right, so we're saying I came from from Zimbabwe, and she's South African. Yeah. She's Costa. Right there.
Yamkisa manqin? Amanqin? Uyamkisa na?
Uyena?
Yeah. Namathumbu?
No, not amathumbu.
I feel like the African cultures are not that different apart, so I wouldn't imagine that you guys struggle a lot when it comes to the cultural differences and so forth.
Not really. We did not struggle a lot. What I saw in cross-cultural relationship is most of the times, expectations are different. That's the first thing. The second thing, religion basis, I know that. But when I met her, it was just flawless. Like, we just on the same basis. And, Zim in South Africa, it's not really different. Yeah, probably the economy, but anything other than that is almost the same. We pay lobola. Exactly. So it's super cool. Yeah.
What are the most pettiest things that you fight about, and how do you resolve them?
Okay, I think you should talk about the petty things we fight.
Because she does.
Yeah,
Okay.
you know, ladies petty, bro. Like.
Valentine's when I need some coaching after the interview.
All right. One thing I always, scream about is that, boo, you can never call anyone else like, okay, babe.
Okay.
I feel like I'm supposed to be the only babe.
He calls everybody babe.
Like it usually just happens. Let's say maybe it's just one of our friends, and
It's not a him thing. He's lying. It's just a him thing. It's a him
just,
thing.
or just sweets. Like, so whenever
Valentine.
I just look at that, and then I'll be like, dude, no, not this.
Alright, so how we resolve that? How we resolved that? Because that was long back, right? Like seriously, I mean, like there's some friends, that'll just call love and sweets and all that. She didn't like petty names on other ladies, so yeah, it's something that we really thought about, but it's cool now.
Yeah, I feel like we're being too lenient and too nice.
Yeah.
Let's give this to the panel and see what question they've got for them.
All right.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What's the question?
Hi, guys. I just want to ask, how did you meet and where did you meet, guys?
Okay, I think I should take that one. I love it. All right. So how we met is when I got here, I got a job 2 weeks after I got in South Africa at Food Lovers.
Yeah.
Though I'm not working now.
Yeah, you could teach South Africans a thing or two, because
Definitely,
some of
bro.
us take 2 years to find a job.
Yeah, man.
Anyways, we're not about that.
So they take 2 years to find a job and they work for 10 years or 20 years, which is not cool. But anyways, I got a job and I was working and I was in a train, and then I see this beautiful lady sitting down there. Bro, I'm telling you.
Sure.
She struck me down. I'm telling you. I was like, hey, mama, I wanna highlight you. No, I didn't say that.
Oh, okay.
But
You said babe.
come on, dude. So I ran after her when she was about to, give a ticket.
Sure.
And then I spoke to her, can I have your number? She told me she doesn't have a phone, but I could see a phone in her hand. I was like, oh, shit, she's tripping. Yeah, it was her aunt's phone. So she said, so after that, what made me know that she's the one? Next day, I got in the train. So those days she was staying in Philippi, I was staying in Googs.
Yeah.
We got on the same train in the same truck. Imagine.
And a couple of years later, we married, we have a baby.
Yeah, man.
Congratulations.
Yeah,
everybody give them a round of applause. Yeah?
Next month, he'll be 1 year old.
Oh man, congratulations. Ladies and gents, we're asking how old were you when you started dating, and how old should your child be before you allow them to start dating? Follow us on Twitter, it's Ekse_live. On Facebook, it's Ekse on Cape Town TV. Do dial us, it's 021-448-0448. Amanda is coming through later on the show. She'll be closing it down with an a cappella. She's also giving this a love song, since we are celebrating
Tomorrow,
pre-Valentine.
Yeah, I look forward to the performance because I was amazed with the performance that we opened with. So, Amanda, I hope you're going to bring it. And you guys let us know what you're going to be doing tomorrow on Valentine's Day. Please do show your stories as well. Use the hashtag, the one you see on the screen right now.
Yeah, and then Usnalo as well as Ulwandilea at the sauna. And if you're attending, please holler at them. We'd love to hear from you, Guti. What are you expecting to hear from the president? Coming up next, we're talking open relationships. Would you ever be part of that?
No, unless I'm the open one.
Let's give this to an ad break. What? Welcome to the first installment of Talk Thursday on this brand new season of Ekse Live. The first host for this year are your boys, Awonke Dulaze, as well as Llama. The hashtag to use this hashtag Talk Thursday. Twitter, it's Ekse_live. On Facebook, it's Ekse on Cape Town TV. We're talking relationships. What kind of a relationship are you in? Is it working? What could change? What do you hope for in a relationship? And do you know all sorts of relationships? And zeziphe confusayo. Maybe if you tune in till the hour 5, you could be schooled.
Yes, definitely. I also want to be schooled with regards to a lot of different relationships, different kinds of relationships. And if you guys have the formula, because a relationship sometimes gets hard. So Twitter's the formula of making the relationship work.
Yeah.
Right now, though, we are joined by you, Encore. alongside Zoe. They'll be talking more about their relationships and also maybe sharing the formula that I just mentioned.
Yeah.
Hi guys, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, I'm Zoe, actress, activist, gender equality activist, as well as a television producer. How did you find yourself with space soba activist, especially for gender equality?
Okay, so when it comes to gender, the most important thing that we're trying to do as a gender activist is to educate people, especially when it comes to the LGBTQI plus community, because it is a group of people who are not given a voice or a platform, and we're still trying to create a space, especially for the people in the rainbow community. You know, I'm part of the rainbow. I'm representing the Q. I've been there, yes.
What's the Q?
Queer.
Not when. I'm talking to my floor manager, you guys.
Like, the floor manager's ready to like, this is my conversation. And so that's basically that's the main thing that we're trying to do, and also break stereotypes when it comes to the rainbow community. People tend to underestimate the fact that it's not all blue and pink.
Yeah.
You know, there's different colors out there, as you can see.
Like your nails.
And so it's very important that people realize that when we're talking intersex, what does that mean? And when we're talking about being a lesbian or being a bisexual woman, what does those terms mean?
Yeah.
Being transgender, what are the trials that a transgender person goes through? You know, and so yeah, that's basically what I do as an activist.
Cool stuff.
What are some of the stereotypes? You mentioned that you educate people on the stereotypes. What are some of the stereotypes that you experience in your relationship?
Okay, so the stereotypes is because I'm a queer person, so in the sense that I'm bisexual.
Okay.
So my sexuality means that I'm attracted to the same sex and the opposite sex.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. And so when you're dating a heterosexual...
Do you mind now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry. And so when you're dating a heterosexual male, they tend to have a tendency of thinking, oh...
Threesome is coming.
Threesome is coming.
Wow.
Like, no, that's not how that works. Or perhaps I'm dating a girlfriend and they're like, are you really a lesbian?
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
You know, those kinds of things.
Anchor. Open relationship match. What is an open relationship and how does it work? And tomorrow is Valentine's Day. Who's going with you?
Who's going with me tomorrow?
Let's do Maskalango open relationship in Doni for somebody who has no idea what it is.
I think for you understanding open relationship, because I believe that human beings are beautiful. Like, we always fall in love with people. I might meet to asanda ngomso ndikone but however, if ndithandana nomntu and lo mntu lowo sine agreement but this is the kind of relationship that we're having, meaning that we have to be open to each other about everything. They don't necessarily need to be there with you to know when 1, 2, 3 happened. For instance, I was in a relationship with this person sometime last year. And so then I met someone else.
Wow.
And then Damtana is my disciple. Not that I wanted to do anything sexual with her.
Sure.
And then I went and told my partner, I met 1, 2, 3 inchizo yam and then we have to talk about it. And then she obviously was questions what kind of love do you share with her? What kind of connection do you have? Because I believe in relationship, most of them, they are built on connections. Now we might have a deeper spiritual connection, and the other person might have a physical attraction. And so now we can have, but however, as communicate, this is what I usually say to people. What matters in relationship is how information is being handled. If and then I say open relationship, you are cheating, because it only becomes cheating when lies are being told. It's not cheating when you're all open about everything that you do. I mean, when I mean everything, like everything. Everything.
We've got a question from the panel. Who's up and what are they asking?
All right, my question is, see, how I understand feelings, right? Firstly, does the word trust exist in your dictionary? That's number one. Number two, how I understand feelings is for you to love someone, you said you love, right? That's emotions included. And if something happens, jealous comes out of emotions as well. Trust comes out of emotions. So are you saying you are dead to the other emotions and you are only alive to love emotions as a human being?
I don't want to lie, ne? I do get jealous at times, but however, I entered the relationship knowing what are the terms and conditions? And so, but unfair and selfish at the same time, if now I'm going to make my jealousy more important than what the other person wants and what we've agreed on.
Yeah, that's
Valentine, there's another relationship that you might be curious about. It's called, correct me here, Zoe, polyamorous relationship, which is kind of similar to open relationship, but it's not quite like the open relationship. What is that?
So it stems from pretty much the same things, but with polyamory, all of your partners know about each other. Those are the similarities. The difference about it is that your different partners, it's not just physical. And so polyamory is like you said, and I think you're more polyamorous than open, because the way that you described it, you fall in love with somebody's smile, or you fall in love with their intellect, or because sapiosexuals are a thing, or maybe you're into someone physically, but there's nothing else there. So being in a polyamorous relationship, it allows you to explore who or what you're attracted to as an individual. And also you need to still exercise the same things that a monogamous couple would need to do. So if you feel as though you are jealous about something, communication is very key in a polyamorous relationship. Trust is very important in a polyamorous relationship. Safety is the most, I think that safety is important. So when you are having sexual intercourse with perhaps another partner, what are you doing to protect yourselves? Are you guys on PrEP? Are you guys using protection? And what kind of protection are we talking about? How often are you guys getting tested with all of your partners? So
Okay, quickly, Konombuzo from the panel, and then, quickly.
Hello everybody, by the way, Nanfuna Ubuza is something that is more of like concluding everything in a way, not really concluding, but it's more of like general and open. Towards what was being said, nitetilang connection, nitetilang relationship, and you spoke about feelings, you spoke about everything that has to do with the relationship. But now what I want to know is, what is this thing of love? In general, not really in general, in terms of a relationship, because sometimes you have to buy me ABC, sometimes you have to give me your time. So what is this thing? What is it? How to love?
What you just described there sounds like love languages, and there's like 5 of them. And so you mentioned quality time, touch, affirmation, and there's another 5th one. Someone please help me if you know it. But that's basically it's the acts of service, yes. So depending on when I was even Tandra. So Llama, you perhaps love gifts. That is proof that you're
I do. You can send them through. It's Valentine's Day tomorrow.
E-wallets are welcome. E-wallets are very much welcome. And you perhaps like a partner that serves you. So who brings you a cup of coffee in the morning, or who cleans up the room, and so on and so forth. So love is very variant. I hope that helps to explain that. And then it depends on you. You need to know what your love languages are. And it's not just black and white, because you get platonic love, you get family love, so on and so forth.
To add more to that, I think Tina, standards zethu zothanda nezokuthanda nezokuphila elithandweni were built by a society. So we grew up knowing uthando lunjena, uthando funeka mna uyandicheka ukuze uyandithanda. But love is complex, guys. Like, there's so many ways to be in love and to live in love. You could actually love someone and not live in love with them. Like, there's many options, there's so many ways to love, but when, as an individual, you need to sit down with yourself and discover, how do you want to be loved? How do you want to love someone else? And how would you like to live in love with a certain individual or with multiple partners as well?
Yeah, to close off this polyamory, I want to find out.
Yeah, so basically what can happen.
And then we are
a community of dating people.
No. No, so what happens is it's up to you as the partner. So you and I, maybe I don't feel comfortable meeting your partner yet, or your partner's not comfortable to meet me yet. But the point is the conversation happens. You know that there's a Zoe that exists.
If they end up liking each other, so we are...
If they like each other, it depends on how they like each other, Llama.
Yeah. How do you like the sauna? Because this is heating up. Let's check out what the people in the street want Cyril Ramaphosa to tell us tonight.
I would like the president to pay the teachers more at school, because they're really doing a great job with a low salary, and I'd like the president to aid more on the school, because some children don't have the money to go to school or continue with the education.
What I'm expecting during SODA is simple is one. The EFF as an organization has already made the stand that they are going to make sure that they do not even allow the president to speak there. Up until the president removed Pravin Tamnanda Skudan. because we saw what transpired, in particular in the state-owned enterprises. You'll see how even ESCOM is functioning, even how SAA is functioning. They both just reported that they need a bailout. So all these things are happening under the watch of white monopoly capital. So what I'm expecting in SONA, actually that is what is going to transpire, is the fact that Cyril Ramaphosa is not going to be given a chance even to speak there up until he do an honorable thing and get rid of Pravin Chamnanda's Kudan. So the stand is clear of the EFF. Any other thing, then we will see them after. But SONA won't proceed up until President Ramaphosa get rid of this one, Chamnandas. Because the fact remains is that Pravin Gordhan is failing the state-owned enterprises, and he keep on replacing the blacks, in particular Africans, who are CEOs, with those ones from the right, the side of the right, which is the agents or the darlings of the white monopoly capital. So the EFF as an organization is going to show precisely that during that day. So that's all that I have, and that's what I'm expecting.
All eyes are on the State of the Nation address tonight, and people are going to be opinionated about it. It's either they're going to get excited or going to be frustrated while glued to their television stations. Make sure that you tweet our way. We want to find out if you are satisfied with what the president has to offer us for the next year. For this year, right? For 2020. And then next week, Thursday, we're talking post-SONA address. We're going to be here in studio, members of the EFF, DA, ANC. They're going to be in the HESI. If you've got questions for them, you better send them through. 021-448-0448 is the number to dial to get in contact with us. My name is Llama, if you allow me. If you allow me to finish my sentence.
I don't want him to say the college is fine. I always want to kill that tag.
Okay,
anyway, right now we're joined by a young lady, goes by the name Amanda. She wears so many hats. She's an artist, a host, an MC. What else do you do, lady?
I'm also a dancer. I'm a singer. Like, there's nothing that I can do.
Yes. Welcome to the show. We appreciate you making time for us, yeah?
Namhlanje, what I have for you actually is that, as you mentioned that I am a host and everything, I'm hosting a show tomorrow at The Milk.
Yeah.
The title of the show is really amazing because it's Let's Talk About Romance, but undenumbed. So it's kind of like, girl, where are you putting us? But by the way, you don't have to be in a relationship for you to know about love or talk about romance. I mean, there are experiences and all that.
Yeah. Is that the Milk College? Yeah. And then, and what can people expect?
Oh, there's a lot to be expected. By the way, we are bringing Hollywood. Ekse.
What? Sure.
Hollywood. That's what I mean. So what's going to happen, we're starting a show at 4 till 8. The first hour of the show, we are doing photo boothing. And then in that manner, we are doing like Hollywood style and all that. Being classic, because we always expect us to do a TV, no guys is expected town. No, why can't we do it? So no, I mean, and all that. So we'll be doing interviews, and all that. And also playing games about love. I mean, we're not saying that we're trying to separate partners, but you're just going to play little games.
No, just to spin the bottle.
Not that.
Oh.
But just to get to know asking them questions, but we're not saying if abazani you know, and eating food and good music from abantu maybe idols last year ex-contestants. So it's just going to be fun.
So the crew from Life After Idols.
Yes,
Malinu again.
100 rand the ticket. Kula 100 rand yakho, there is a free drink.
A1.
That's it.
Now I just want to make sure.
Who's performing? Oh, so chido. It's Life After.
Kalango 4 until 8.
Until 8 p.m. So you're not in a relationship, but what kind of a relationship were you in before Singleton? Because we're talking all sorts of relationships.
Okay. So I was in a very good relationship, but I'm having, I had a challenge. I think I had a challenge with all of my relationships, actually. Because I'm a very strong person, personality-wise and like everywhere. Like I hustle and my hustle is always like the priority. So now me having to be in a relationship with someone that doesn't understand my work or my vision, then it gets complicated. And then now I come to a point where I have to choose. Because at this point, I can't I can't like this bopelele in
Yeah,
the way
yeah,
yeah. So now I have to choose, and then I end up on the choose because I believe that love is to love yourself first before you love someone else. Because it's useless for me to stay in the choose I back now dibe dingakwazi ukuvisa mna kamnandi qala ngothando. So I end up ke ngoku dikwezo zinto wethu.
So it's safe to say you haven't found the one because another person will be actually supporting.
Maybe tomorrow will be the day.
You know, flickering so that kaloku
yeah. Since we're talking about romance and so at this event, do people ever feel like you're not in a position to give advice given that you're single?
I'm not going to be the speaker of the day, but I'm just hosting the event. I'm just going to do like what I'm good at, dancing tomorrow. But I have people that I've looked up to, and I'm also in a position of listening from them because bonabana mava and relationships that was sebenza. So I've invited those people to come through, Apostle Darlington and Nomlalmla. So they were going to come through and help me as well. Not to say that in the perfect now, I still need to be taught. So they will come through tomorrow and then teach us about love.
Oh, cool stuff. We asked you on Facebook, how old were you when you started dating, and how old should your child be before you allow them to start dating? Amanda, how old were you when you started dating?
I was 17.
17. Anchor? Pass the microphone.
I was 19.
19?
I started dating when I was 19.
Is that the honest truth? I don't trust
It's
you.
the very honest truth.
And how old are you now?
I know. Don't ask a lady that
I want to
question.
know how long it has been.
You
Let's
are
say-
so rude.
Let's say you started 19.
Let's
and then you
read
only
your
like-
Facebook comments. Shakil, roll them. We want to see what the people on the street are saying about this dating question. So the first Facebook comment is, Shakil, are we ready? Roll it. Yes. So Mandlovu, what's your love language? And then Utulili Nagase, I started dating, Dina 14, woo, Tifunda grade 8 in the clinic, okay, Pofulali Varsity. I think he was 25. Don't ask me why, and as Zinam, I would like Abam to date in high school, but start being sexual active at 18. One mother says started dating at 14. Lost my virginity when I was doing grade 12 because I told myself, Ukuba, I'm going to wait till I get to grade 12 to do it. And it was with a guy I did not even love. I imagine, but anyways, I would like my child to at least wait noba usevasity nangona. Busisiwe says Ndlovukazi started dating at varsity. Woo, girl, yes. I would wish for my child to do that as well, but Pinde, the guy over Ubanti Alala. Okay, I don't know that one. And then Ibengu Ayabong, I had my period in dinner 10 came now. I started dating at 11. Okay, thank you enough. Thank you, Shako. Okay, we've got more. There is Umam Chwana. I started dating when I was 13. Eyake and Ingen, as long as he's responsible. Great one. And then there's Upa who says started dating Dikwa grade 11, Dina 17. Asandi Pukai stage, kwa grade 12, even failed. Yo, Mdanam, I advise by Kala Pakute. Same, otherwise, uzo lose focus. Okay, thank you so much for. You can keep on sending those. Go Ekse on Cape Town TV on Facebook, on Twitter. It's Ekse_live or call us on 021 448 0448 to the panel. Let's start with you, Valentine. You've got the microphone.
Yeah,
How
yeah.
old were you when you started dating?
Yo, I think I was 14.
Wow.
Yeah.
And it lasted.
Besides preschool and the latest, right? You
Oh,
remember?
what? You started dating at
I
preschool?
said besides that and the latest.
But you're saying at preschool you had a girlfriend.
Come on, bro. You know those latest things. Maybe it was me only.
Yamkela, you started when?
Well, I started when I was 19 on my grade 12.
Oh. And you guys have a child together.
Oh, yes.
Are you in agreement at what age nifuna umntanenu aqale uba relationship?
Yeah. Okay.
What's the gender of the child?
Is a guy.
Does it matter?
Yes, it does.
Okay, sure.
Yeah. All right. With my boy, I think, looking at me, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes, if you look at like us, sometimes we get. Our parents did not want us to do that. So for the fact that we're not open, we ended up getting into some things that, would be dangerous at the end of the day. So we discussed that we are going to be open with them to make him feel like, he should be open with us. So as soon as he understands, I'm going to tell him, bro, when you get to some certain age, right? Let's take for instance 16 when he can drive. I'm just giving an example. You come with your girl, I'll give you my whip. You can go out, but you must be responsible and come back at 8, so that he will be open with us. Because all we want is our son to be open with us.
I like that. I like that point you made. How about the next? I feel like when Llama, you applaud people who start later as opposed to, why is that?
Because I think when you start later, you have figured yourself out, you know who you are, you don't have doubts, and you do not have to learn about yourself from Awonke, who's going to be teaching Llama, this is how you should behave, this is how relationships should be. I think I should decide what a relationship is so that I enter a relationship that is for me.
Okay, now I understand. That makes sense. How about you, young lady?
Hello. I started dating when I was 17 years old.
Yes!
And, I'm sure the reason was my auntie. She was very strict. So I only started dating after she passed away. Yeah.
So you always had those desires. So doesn't that mean that you are deprived?
But I couldn't. Because she was like always on my neck. Like always.
Yeah. Wow. So I feel like
microphone because death by that comment.
I
no
feel like,
pun intended.
I feel like because of that, she was deprived of experiencing it. So I feel like you should, if like all Valentine said, if you allow them, you open with them, she would have done it and not as a wait for
that time.
Yeah.
Okay, we have under 2 minutes. Let's get on with it.
Yeah, guys. Actually, I started dating when I was 15 years.
You men are worrying me. No, I'm joking. Because I can't really judge. Because the first time I started dating was 14. It was Valentine's Day, so the boy got me a chocolate, and I was like, oh, okay. And then he would carry my bag for like a month and stuff, and then he broke up with me on some. I don't think it's gonna work, and I was like, okay. Because I wasn't necessarily interested to date. It's just like, oh, this is happening.
Yeah.
Cool.
How old should your child be before you allow him to start dating?
Honestly, when it comes to Dimitri, I want him, who's my son, by the way, I want him to be free to make his own choices.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, look, my parents weren't very strict, as much as I knew the rules. I mean, I never even went to sleepovers as a girl, and that was me as a teenager, So it's like, I understand why there was a certain protection over us girls, but with boys, I don't want him to think he can do whatever he wants.
Yeah.
Whatever he does do, he needs to make sure that he does it consensually and that both of them are ready for it. And does he understand if she's not ready to date, So if he comes through next year when he's like 11, like, Mom, met a girl. Okay, boo-boo, now tell me what that means to you. Let's understand and, get a better understanding of your intellectual process and grow with the child. Because it's an experience, and you can't write a perfect story for your child.
All right, thank you so much, Zoe, Yamkela. Happy Valentine's Day for tomorrow. Encore, Amanda, Rachel was there, Yonelisa, opening the show for us with romance. But Amanda also wants to talk about romance, and she's gonna do that when we wrap the show. And thank you so much for choosing us as your source of entertainment. We give you nothing but the best when it comes to information, education, as well as entertainment.
Yes, definitely. If you want to be part of the show, please do email us on Ekse at capetowntv.org. Thank you so much for joining us, and thank you to everybody that came through, as well as the comments that you share on our social media using the hashtag, the one you see on the screen right now. Had so much fun, yeah?
Yeah, between 7 and 8 in the morning, woke up with the biggest, the baddest, and the most hip and happening show in the motherland. Otherwise, we're back live at 4 p.m. on Friday. Right now, it's time for us to say goodbye, so long, hasta la vista. Closing down the show is Amanda Encore. Awonke, let's give her space.
Goodbye, happy Valentine's Day for tomorrow.
Kabu konalana, Kabu konala, notiena, agathandi muntu. Gabukhona lana, gabukhona la, nothi yena akafuni muntu, awusuku mushayi sandla zakho. Only if you still believe in love. If you believe in love, so you will stand up and clap your hands. Thank you.
Awesome.
Ayla. I chose a career in television and film industry because it's a passion, man. I think it's a passion. I've always been passionate about camera and television and film industry. I guess that's why I chose a career in that. I've always wanted to be, I've always wanted to create stories. I'm currently doing a camera in Cape Town TV, and I'm also an editor. And yeah, it's dope, man, it's dope. I think it's a great opportunity because I'm learning, I'm growing. I know I'm dope in what I do, but I needed Cape Town TV to actually grow me as a person and as a creative. So yeah, I'm very grateful for that. And